Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Myth of Empires video. Today we're going to be talking about how to tame your first horse, so let's go ahead and get started. Now first off, you're going to need a few items in order to do this. You're going to want some kind of fodder. This is in order to throw in front of the horse to distract it. You're going to need some reins in order to ride it and tame it. And then you'll need a saddle, which is optional, but just keep in mind the saddle is extremely useful as it allows you to ride the horse back so you don't have to walk all the way there with it on follow. Alrighty, now that we have everything we need, the next thing we're going to do is hunt down ourselves a horse that we want to tame. I do recommend you try to find something at least above level 20 as they're not very difficult to do even at level 1 taming. However, you can tame whatever level of a horse you want, assuming you have high enough quality reins in order to do so. Now that you've gone ahead and picked out your horse, you're going to want to go ahead and throw that fodder in front of it while crouch walking to get in range to do so. After you throw the fodder in front of the horse will slowly walk over to it. Do make sure to try to throw this fodder so that the horse looks away from you, because if you take it to look towards you, it can get scared on its way to walking to the fodder, or it can just get scared from looking at you in general. Another thing to keep in mind is that if there is multiple horses, if you scare any of them, they can easily scare each other by running near one another. This is why you have to be careful not to make any of the horses afraid, as you don't want to cause a chain reaction. So now that the horse is eating the fodder and looking away from you, you're going to want to walk up to it. Do not sprint or you will scare it. You can crouch if you want to, but there's really no need unless you're trying to avoid scaring other horses. But if it's all alone, you can just go ahead and casually walk up to it. Upon reaching the horse, you'll go ahead and take those reins into your hand, hit E on it, and you will then mount it. Once you've mounted your horse, you will then begin the taming process. The taming process is kind of simple, but kind of not. You're going to see 4 different bars. The one at the top, the yellow bar, is going to be your taming points. This is the progress towards finishing taming that animal. Once it reaches the end, congratulations, you've got yourself a horse. The way this goes up is just by being on the horse and not falling off. Now, how you do fall off is through its rage and runaway points. The rage meter will slowly increase as you ride this horse. Once it hits all the way to the max, it will then go through a special animation where it will count down from 3 and try to buck you off. You'll then have to spam click left or right mouse button based on which one it wants you to do in order to make sure that it does not buck you off the horse. If the runaway points reach all the way to the right, then it will buck you off and you will have to go ahead and try to mount it again. It does save a small amount of progress, I believe, but don't quote me as this is very subject to change and we don't know how it will be in the future. Now, following all those meters, you're going to have your ranking meter. The ranking meter at the bottom, we are still a little bit unsure as to what it does. It seems to be causing the horses to have more bonuses rather than dis bonuses or debuffs, whatever you want to call them, when you look at its inventory and see which traits it has. Some of these do carry over when you breed horses, which we'll get into in another video. Just know that these can be extremely important, as sometimes some of these traits are very powerful while others are very weak or extremely negative. Now, once you've gotten your taming points all the way to the right, you will officially have tamed your horse and be able to ride it. Now go ahead and open up its inventory, place that saddle in its equipment slot on the right hand side, and you will now be able to go ahead and ride it into the distance. If you happen to already have a horse, quick note, you can actually put it on follow. That horse will then follow you around and essentially act as a mule or cargo for you if you just need to store things. Now, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to comment them down below and hopefully we'll be able to get back to you. Otherwise, I'm sure one of our awesome viewers will help you out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Game Advisor, and to see more Myth of Empires content, make sure to subscribe and like this video as it really helps us out in the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.